So the other day, I checked out Vaughn's PC game build, and he has an arcade game build as well. These Retrobat builds are just really well done. I mean, as far as like starting from scratch, they have all the emulators installed. They're pre-set up with like light gun drivers, all that fun stuff. As you saw there, the Nintendo 64, the controls were all looking good. The graphics were looking good. They were pre-set up here. You could see the actual front end here is gorgeous with all the systems, everything from Atari all the way up to PlayStation 2. He even gives you instructions on how to add Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, even Nintendo Switch. All those emulators are already on there. You just got to drag and drop. You can also add some of those PC games from that last build. And on top of all of this, there's an expansion pack for this build as well. But in this video, we're going to be checking out this build. It's about 200 gigabytes, shy of 200 gigabytes to download. And then when you extract it, it's about 250 gigabytes. But well, let's go check it out. You can get on backups.me. It's free. It's a really cool build. So let's go ahead and check out all the games they have, and then we'll do some gameplay. All right, so the README first. Really good information on here that you just need a small Windows PC. Tells you all your common controls. The DVD is set up for the Sinden light gun. He even gives you like what if something's not working, how to add your own games. Recently, I reviewed his PC game build. You would easily be able to add the PC games to this build, and then Xbox 360 and PS3. So I like this build because you go to Retrobat over here, you go to Retrobat, and we're going to boot it up. I like this build because, and you got a little intro video here. I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. You can hit start on your controller to skip it. The reason I like this, oh, they have a whole light gun games collection. This would be really good for somebody who just wants to start a Retrobat build. They don't want something super big. They want primarily arcade games. Same people that would probably be into coin ops or something like that. Like, this is a really good starting point. It's really cool to me that so many people have done this now, where they start a Retrobat build, and then it's a cool starting off point. With that said, let's go ahead and see what we have here in the whole system. So we have 500 games total, and that's a nice little bit of games. I feel like there's a lot more than that. Is it that? Let me go back to our MAME over here. Wow, only 129. Okay, I was wondering why when I was playing this, I was like, all the games I was looking at were like, wow, these are good games. So it is kind of the best of the best games here. Atari 2600, you only have 6 games. It doesn't even have ET, I bet. No. ET is not a good game, by the way, but for some reason, the artwork gets an ET here. Thomas Wave, 9 games, really nice graphics, video snaps everywhere. This thing is gorgeous. So it has like a Hyperspin-esque display here. Dolphin Blue is one of my favorite games. Really fun. If you like Metal Slug, you're going to love Dolphin Blue. Really fun game. Moving on to Dreamcast. Now there's a Naomi section as well. So you got 22 games in the Dreamcast area. Power Stone 2, really fun game. Sonic Adventure, kind of a big deal. It actually, I feel like it looks better than this video looks, but yeah. Sonic Adventure 2, even cooler graphics at the time. And Soul Calibur, Pod Racer. You do have House of the Dead 2. Like I said earlier, there is light gun support for this build. And then Crazy Taxi 2. Crazy Taxi 1 is in Naomi if you want to play it. Game Boy Advance, only 6 games. I'm not mad at this at all. I barely ever play Game Boy Advance when I emulate. GameCube, we do have 4 games. Mario Kart, Monkey Ball, Super Smash. These are all really good games. I like the choices here. There are some cooler games, some other Mario games I would like, but it's a good starting point. Daphne, you got 4 games. You got Crime Patrol 1 and 2. This is like a light gun game. It's they're hilarious.
Vamos, come a little closer. I am Lopez.
Can you imagine if you were paid to be the actor
Take a look
for this?
around, tough guy. Nice, huh?
Boom, boom, boom. Even the jet skis. They got the helicopter. They got the $5 million production on the explosions. Okay, it looks like all these are light gun games. So they're all the only Daphne games are going to be light gun. No Space Ace or the other adventure games. MAME, 129. So I'll kind of sort through these pretty quick here. I'm going to hit the upper button on my controller and just going to go from letter to letter here. Actually, I'm going to go like this. It's probably better. So as you see here, a good mix. You got some light gun games like Lethal Enforcer. You got some fighting games, Marvel vs. Capcom. You do have Street Fighter and X-Men game as well. You got the Metal Slug. So this is kind of Neo Geo is going to be in here as well. Mortal Kombat 1 through 4. Narc, fun game, NBA Jam Tournament Edition. You got Prehistoric Island. You got Primal Rage, the arcade version, really cool. Raiden DX, Raiden Fighters 2, Rampage, RoboCop. So these are kind of the best selling games. Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter the movie, Street Fighter 2 Grandmaster Challenge, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Tekken 3, Tekken Tag. You got the Tetris here. You got the NES Tetris on here as well. Simpsons arcade game, love it. Time Crisis, love this light gun game. You also have Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate. You have regular 3 and then Ultimate. And then you got the good wrestling games on here. X-Men, the arcade game, which is super fun. It's a 4-player game. And then X-Men vs. Street Fighter. And then back to your 1991s, Open Ice, Aero Fighters, Alien vs. Predator, Bad Dudes. I've never played this before. Bong Bead. I'll have to try that one out. Battletoads, Blades of Steel, and Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Centipede, Columns for those people, Contra Arcade, Dig Dug. This game's great as well. Shooter than the original OG Donkey Kong. You even have Dynamite Duke. More shooters. Frogger, Galaga, Gunsmoke, Joe and Mac Returns. So a lot of good ones there. Sega Mega Drive, only 43 games here. Again, it's kind of the best of the best. Got a little mix of arcade-style games, but also some sports games as well. All the Sonics. Spider-Man, X-Men, Arcade's Revenge, Streets of Rage 1 through 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Simpsons Bart vs. Space Mutants. You also have Virtual Pinball. Look at that. Wow. And then Worms, X-Men 1 and 2. And then, of course, one of the best games ever, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. All right, Sega Model 2. It looks like you have pretty much not all of them, but you have the big hitters for sure. Some light gun games. Sonic the Fighters. I've never played that game before. That's kind of cool. Super GT 24, House of the Dead, if you got the light gun up. Virtual Cop as well. Virtual Cop 2, another great light gun game. Virtual Fighter, Virtual Striker, Zero Gunner, Dead or Alive. And Sega Rally as well. Sky Target, little plane game there. Sega Model 3. We got Daytona 2, Dirt Devils, Emergency Call Ambulance, Harley Davidson, LA Machine Guns. A lot of these are light gun games. Star Wars Trilogy use a light gun. The Lost World use a light gun. The Ocean Hunter. This is like a light gun game too. You got your guns. Yeah, cool. So that's cool. I didn't realize this was going to have so many light gun support on it. Naomi, 15 games. There's your Crazy Taxi 1. Crazy Taxi 2 is going to be in the Sega Dreamcast area. You do have Monkey Ball. Don't forget you also have Monkey Ball for the not Dreamcast, but the Nintendo GameCube. And then Virtual Tennis, Wave Runner, Zero Gunner 2, back to Dead or Alive 2 with Crazy Taxi. And then you have Marvel vs. Capcom 2 here. Remember you have Marvel vs. Capcom 1. I forget if it's in Dreamcast. I know it's in MAME as well, though. You have the arcade version of it. You have Virtual Fighter 4 for Naomi 2. So Neo Geo. I wonder if the you do have Aero Fighters 2. Okay, so the Neo Geo Metal Slug games are going to be in the MAME area. So not the Neo Geo area, but Neo Geo total games 11. Nintendo 64 26 games. Bomberman, Bust a Move, F-Zero, Kirby. You got quite a good Mario selection here. And then my son loves Kirby. You do have Super Mario 64 and Paper Mario. So you got all the Marios. You got all the heavy hitters here. And all the Zeldas. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. I recently just played the remastered version of this. It was very nostalgic. But I still like the OG. They added some new controls for that new one. The OG is still awesome. Nintendo, you got 26 games total. Mega Man's, Metroid, Ninja, Super Mario's. You got the OG Zelda, the best one. No, I won't. I don't know what the best one is, but that one's so cool. You got Metroid as well. PlayStation 1, PS1, 24 games. Carmageddon, Crash Bandicoot Racing and the original. Final Fantasy Tactics, Gran Turismo 2, Need for Speed 2 and 3. You also had the Mega Man there, Street Fighter 3, Puzz Fighter, for those of you like the gem games. And then you also have Twisted Metal 1 and 2, and then finishing off with Wipeout. PlayStation 2. Man, this guy went all out. And that's why he wrote, if you want to add PS3, you can. He only put PS up to PS2, it looks like. But if you want to add, you can. Soul Calibur 3. So you got Soul Calibur 1 and 4. And then Tekken, you have 1 through 3 in Tekken Tag already. And then you have 4 and 5 here. Simpsons Hit and Run, really fun game. Time Crisis 3 and 2, really fun light gun games. Even Crisis Zone as well. And then Virtual Fighter 4, Wipeout. You even got a little poker game on here, bowling. Every sport is represented on this image. PSP, you got bowling, Burnout Legends, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Little Big Planet. We got some football, some baseball, some Mortal Kombat, some basketball, some racing, more racing, another Soul Calibur game, another Super Monkey Ball game. I love the love for Super Monkey Ball. Great game, underrated. Sega Saturn, 14 games. So Die Hard Arcade, super fun games. Talking about arcade games, like that's a classic. Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mr. Bones, Rayman, Road Rash. A lot of people say that the 3DO version is the best, but this version's pretty good. And then Sonic Jam, Tetris Plus. The Plus game is actually pretty cool. If you're a fan of Tetris and you haven't played the Tetris Plus, I highly recommend it because it has some cool modes in it and stuff that you don't see all the time. Okay, X-Men, and then Batman Forever, the arcade game. Bust-A-Move 3. Love Bust-A-Move. So remember, if you like Bust-A-Move, you also have the Bust-A-Move game on N64 on this build. Super Nintendo. What did we have there? 60 games, yeah. It's hard. You know, Super Nintendo only had 70 games, or 700-ish games, and it's hard to even dwindle it down to the top here. So many heavy hitters. Like, just looking at this list here, I mean, I think everybody should play every single one of these games at least once. So good. Oh, yeah. Give it to me. Terminator 2, you even have some light gun action, but I think you can only use your controller. The Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare, Yoshi's Safari. I've actually never played Yoshi's Safari. Oh, yeah, you got to use a light gun, I think. Oh, nice. Contra 3, Alien Wars. Oh, the Donkey Kongs, all 3. 1 and 2, obviously, more so, but come on. Amazing, amazing stuff. All right, you do have Triforce, which is cool. That's going to be your F-Zero, your Mario Kart, and Mario Kart 2 arcade games. Really cool to see these in there. And new tracks, all kinds of things, new cars. It's fun to play the arcade version. All right, we're almost there. Windows PC games. You got 198X. You got what is this? Astabreed? What is this game? You also have Asteroids Recharged, or the newer version, Breakout Recharged, Broforce, Centipede Recharged, Circuit Superstars, Cyber Shadow, Double Dragons, DuckTales Remastered. I played this on the Nintendo Wii U. It's a pretty good game. It's fun. Jets and Guns, Katana, Zero, Mad Bullets, Raiden 4, Overkill, fun game there, Raiden Legacy, Sky Force, Streets of Rage 4, Super Meat Boy, Shredder's Revenge. So a lot of these are going to be Tetris Effects even, cool. So, and then we're back in 1984. And then Xbox is last. But you can see here the theme that's going on here. Soul Calibur 2, Tony Hawk 2X, and Fusion Frenzy. And that's going to wrap it up. You can hit start on your controller at any time. You can add new controllers, set up your controls. There's background music. You can turn it on or off by going into your sound settings. You can go to front end music. Mine's off right now. You can turn it on. You can enable. You can update it. This is a really clean, easy to use system. I'm really digging it. Last played shows your last played games. All the light gun games in one place. Pretty nice for those light gun people. I wonder if he has any favorites set up yet. I haven't set up any of mine. So these are some of his favorites. So I'll have to go through there and check those out. All good games so far. I mean, you can see a theme here for sure. Puzzle games and light gun games. And then Retrobat configuration. Okay, cool. It does have 3D Zen on there if you want to play 3D Nintendo games. That's cool. You have some other emulators. Even Citra's on here. Wow. So he preloaded it with all the different emulators already. I don't know if they're all set up already or not, but that's pretty darn cool that it's all there. Wow. PlayStation 2 emulator. He mentioned that it was ready for, the PlayStation 3 emulator's already on here. Even the Nintendo Switch emulator's already on here. So you just got to grab your ROMs and put them on here. That's pretty cool. All right, let's play some games. So SNES Tetris here. I was doing all right for a second, then it just all went to heck really fast. But you know how it can go. Like, there you go, one mistake, and then I just gave up. Okay, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the MAME, M-A-M-E, multi-arcade machine. Ooh, nice. So as you see here, running great. You hit select to enter tokens. If you want to enter RetroArch to actually do cheat codes or change anything, you just got to click in your analog stick. I'm using the Xbox 360 controller to play all these games, and it worked right out of the box. If you hit start on your controller when you're in the main menu, you can easily adjust any of those controls. You can add a Bluetooth controller. You can turn on the front end music, all kinds of things. It's really easy to use and super user-friendly. So now we're doing X-Men versus Street Fighter. It's kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom, but with the other characters. And this is for MAME as well, and it's running well. Remember, if you want Marvel vs. Capcom, you can easily do that. So I'm really proud of this run. This is my second time running this course. I found if I wanted that bunch of bananas, I had to go super fast. But this is Super Monkey Ball. I believe this is the Naomi version. Okay, now getting these bunch of bananas here at the bottom is not easy. You gotta go. You know, you can't go too slow though, because look at that timer, it's about to blow. Look at that. Look at the finesse, okay? The finesse of an Xbox 360 controller. And then it all goes to hell here, so. Do I make it or do I not? Let's see. But as you see here, out of the box, no screen tears, it's set up, no lag. Speaking of lag, you know, I'm on a very powerful computer, like a $1,000 gaming laptop, but you can easily play this on like a mini PC, like something around the $200 range or so should be fine. Some of the PlayStation 2 games might start to lag, you know, but other than that, you should be fairly good on some of this. So what are my final thoughts? This is the best of the best image. I think it's a great starting point. I love things like this. Like, I would have to go on the internet, download Retrobat, download all the BIOS files, download all the emulator cores, set everything up, drag and drop my ROMs. I mean, you know, it's not that crazy. I can do that. For a newbie, that can take a lot of time, especially if you just make one mistake. Then the whole thing just gets derailed. Will you learn a lot getting derailed? Absolutely. But back to time saving and just the easeability of it, you know, this is super, super easy to get going. And like I said, he tells you how to drag and drop additional games in there. I really like the artwork. I really like how clean it is and how all the games have video snaps. I think the only thing that would be a downside to some people is that it doesn't have enough games. Like, some people like the whole collection. I have reviewed, it's what is that guy, Retro Game RGV or RG. Go on my channel. I've done another Retrobat PC build. He definitely has a lot more expansion packs, so that's another idea to try out. But I really like this one because it's really small, but it still gives you like a little bit of everything. And I don't know, me and this guy, we have very similar tastes of what we like to play. So for me, it's like, great. This is most of the games I would want. There's like a few couple here missing here and there. But if you want like you're trying to build the ultimate archive, you know, there are other systems out there. And again, like I said, you can build this all yourself. This was a hard-fought battle here in Mario Kart here. This Wario behind me was really wanted to beat me. I had to strategize here when to use my mushroom. And see, that's the thing about they're relentless. And I was like, I got to get the banana right behind him. But luckily, he hit that other banana. Now I just had to not F up, right? Don't hit anything. Don't hit anything. You hit one of these cars and it's over. I got a little greedy there. I was like, I should probably get something out of here. Does this banana save me or not? I think I didn't really need the banana, but I don't know if you saw that. He was right behind me, and we got it. So anyways, that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. I'll put links to all this stuff in the description, and we'll catch you on the next one.